Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be back here with you with Pink and Main. I'm going to stay in the little box tonight because my allergies have decided to wake up, my seasonal allergies, and I'm just not feeling great. So, we are going to have some fun. We're going to play with a lot of the new items that came out with last week's release for September. We're going to do some foiling and our stencil building, as well as some die cutting and like paper piecing. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a little more of like a, I don't know if elegant is the word, but a little less cutesy, maybe a little more traditional is more of the vibe, but it's going to be very cute. I do know that. So, um, she said she ordered all that. She got all of it. Um, so thank you guys so much. Let's do a quick rundown while we wait for anybody else to see the notification pop up. So I saw Virginia, Lisa, and Sherry were all here super early hanging out. Miss Gail's here. Let's see, Melissa, Susan, Maria's here, Lori, Leslie, Jody's here, Connie, Helene, um, Allie's here checking in. Love to see it. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. I ordered a whole roll of the bronze um, foil because it's my favorite. So we're gonna use that for our foiling sheet, our poly foiling sheets. But first we have to ink blend our with our stencils. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'm not sure if we're going white background or red background. I figured we would figure that out when we get there. I did grab some vellum because I also have these pulled, the oblong hexagons, and I want to see if we can do a cool little vellum layer like we played with a couple weeks ago. So let's do our stenciling first because then we can get all of our foiling taken care of and I can free up some room on my desk. Yes, Melissa was a foiling machine with her Halloween cutout. She sent me a picture. She was busy, busy. I love it when you guys share that stuff with me. I do want to say too, I don't see her here, but I'm sure she'll check in soon or we'll watch the replay. So Miss Michelle Myers is the winner for the last um, card, right? I've been sending out my card projects, and Thursdays was the Christmas gift card holder. But I was not paying attention and I got like greasy little fingerprints on it. So I also know that Michelle loves the mice. So I'm gonna swap out, and then Michelle, when you see this, you're gonna get this one, the little mouse with the foil. This was like the autumn version of what we're doing today. So if you would like a chance to win one of the cards we make live, you can fill out the form. There's a Google form, and I just pick a random, Google picks a random number for me, and I just pick somebody to send cards to. I do have 4 cards sitting here that need to get sent out. So if you've if you're expecting a card from me and I haven't sent it yet, I do have them here ready to go. I just actually have to do it. So let's see. I saw Lori was checking in. Darcel's here. It is Christmas. As much as I may not want it to be, I've given in. We're going full Christmas. We'll still pop back into fall though. I saw Erica was checking in too. Bobby's checking in. Yeah, Allie, you only need to fill it out once. I would guess maybe like the end of October, we'll swap and do a new form. But if I ever change it up on you, I will, it'll be really clear. So that same form that we've been using for September is still the same one. So once you're in it, you're in it, you're good. I want to go slightly more traditional Christmas colors. So we're borrowing some Catherine Cooler inks today. I have Cranberry Fizz, Sage, whoa, there we go, and Deck the Halls, right? So very traditional colors versus we know our pink and main options are a little more like pink, and the park is that like a very yellow green, and that was not necessarily the vibe I was looking for today. So we're just going to make a quick swap, and we are going to tape our stencil into place. And I haven't really decided with the two greens if I want to do different leaves, like solid color, like some solid sage and some solid Deck the Halls, or if I want to like ombre a little bit on each one. I'm leaning, I think, the ombre because I just kind of like the idea of the extra dimension that it would give. Sherry, am I giving away any of my Halloween cards? I right now I haven't been giving away any of the ones on my channel. But if that's something that people would be interested in, I would definitely consider it. Maybe in October we can do like a mass giveaway over there. So we'll pick like a bunch of people at once. But I will think about that because I don't know. I'm going to start with the sage. I have my Simon Says stamp blending brushes. I'm just going to put a tiny spray of water on my microfiber cloth. Oh no, Virginia. Still healing from that fall. Okay, sure. I will figure it out. If I do decide to do that, I will announce it over here too for you guys. So we're going to tap into some of the sage. And we talked about this when we did our fall card, our fall foil and stencil set. We want to ink blend our foilable sheet first and then foil it. And you know what? These can all just get the sage, and the like accent ombre part will come into play when we add the Deck the Halls. So we're just going to do small circles. Beats me. My nose has just decided that it's going to do whatever it wants, whenever it wants. It's really great. And you would think by now, it's been my whole life that I've gotten these seasonal allergies, that I like wouldn't be surprised. But it surprises me every time. I'm just tapping off a little of my ink on my glass mat as I'm working my way across so that I don't get any like harsh lines. The toner sheet paper has just like a little bit of slip to it. So I think we'd be able to blend it out pretty easily. But if we can save ourselves some work, why not, right? All right, so that is the sage. Yeah, Lisa, it is literally the worst. Sherry, these are from Catherine Pooler. They are, the colors are Sage, Cranberry Fizz, and Deck the Halls. She also has them in like a big size, but I like these smaller ones. They're really easy to store. And she sells them like individually or in sets in both sizes. But if we have to pull from another company to get the color I need, I would rather it be another, you know, crafty, woman-owned company. From one crafty woman to another, right? All right, so you can see I kind of just scattered that darker green around. I think that is going to look really pretty. If you wanted to be more precise, you could go in with like a smaller brush, but I don't. Right, so we're just getting like a little variation. That was like a perfect lineup on our stenciling. Go me. All right, and then this has been pretty easy to line these up so far, she says, and then can't line it up. Not me wiping my nose and also dropping things on the floor. Let's see. There we go. And I still have that washi on the back of my panel. So once I get that lined up, I can just press that down and it will re-lock into place for me. And we're going to just do one even layer of our cranberry fizz. Actually, let me wipe this before I start mixing orange and red, or red and green, and get like a funky brown color. Some shade of mud. I have my red push up here. And I like the cranberry because it's just a little darker, a little less like, I mean, it's still pretty vibrant. It just has like the tiniest extra bit of like a scarlet. It's not like maroon, it's not that dark. It just has like a little bit more of that blue base to it. And we're just doing little circles all over. And I think we're going to leave the background just white, but we might end up vignetting it a little bit. I haven't decided on that either. So let's peel that up. Very nice. Those will get washed when we're done. For a while, my washi tape, I was having an issue with it tearing my foilable paper on the back. Not that that's the end of the world either, but I figured out if I pull it like flat against itself, it doesn't tear. So if that ever happens to you, try that and see if it helps. Yeah, it's so pretty. I'll hold it up for you guys in 1 second too. And then once we add the foil, it's really going to come to life. So again, if you're not super into foil, you could leave it like this too. That's still so pretty. But we're going to foil. You know. Thank you guys. And I also think if you're not a Christmas card maker, but you like winter cards, that you could leave the green and swap the red for like a juniper kind of color, right? And do like juniper berries. And I think that that would also be beautiful. Or if you want both, right? If you want to just make sure you can use this not only for Christmas, I do think it could easily be more generic winter with no problem. So we're going to cut this in half, which is so funny because I even have the other half of the fall one still tucked in here that we didn't foil. So they can just hang out together. See, that one has a little smear. Sure, it would end up covered up anyway, but just in case. And then we're also going to use one of the Christmas sentiment cut-ups and foil that. One second. Okay. Most of these are very like cutesy, but I am thinking I want something a little, like I said, a little more, again, elegant, I guess traditional, right? That's the word I decided on. So I'm thinking something like holiday greetings could be really pretty. I really like that font. And I think that would be a fun play on the like oblong hexagons that we're going to be using. So we're going to foil our panel and that sentiment with our bronze foil. Yeah, if you guys want to send each other cards, I'm all for that. I'm just warning you, and I will participate. I can send a card too, but I can't organize that right now. Just being super transparent with you guys. I know one of our other allies that was in a couple weeks ago. Maybe a week ago, she organizes some of those like card exchanges, and they're amazing. But just watching her do it feels overwhelming to me. Let's make sure if these are going to fit. I have like a little crease in my foil, so probably not. I really don't want that to get messed up. So we'll just do 2 separate passes through. Oh yeah, no. I didn't even, oh no, my ink was not dry. Just gonna go really lightly. I think my other one's gonna be better than after all. Yeah, I didn't even see your comment, Sherry, when I said that. um, I'm just using a tissue to try to blot up any extra ink, and I'm just dusting as lightly as possible to not disturb that ink any extra. And that's just because my ink pads from her still, I don't use them a ton, so they're really well hydrated. They're very inky. All right, so we're going pretty sides down just so I can make sure this is lined up correctly. We dusted everything off. We're heated up to a 3. Just gonna let that pass through, and we'll trim ourselves another little piece of foil. I think I've only used that fabric like rotary wheel or whatever that thing is, like once on fabric, but it is my favorite way to go. Let's cut this guy out. We're gonna let that cool off completely. We'll dust that off and this guy off. Guess I probably should have. Pop all of this back in a tube with my little scrap. Yeah, right, whatever works. All right, so we're gonna unplug our meat. She can go cool down and then grab a drink really quick. Okay, so this is cooled down. Let's check out our panel. It is so pretty. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so yeah, that bronze is so pretty. There you go. You can see it better that way. Dark enough that you don't lose it, but definitely has that really beautiful, warm shine to it. Right, and that feels pretty cool already as well. Perfect. Our little holiday greetings. Come on, phone or phone camera. No, maybe for a second. Okay. All right, the next thing I want to do is use those same inks, and we're going to make ourselves a little holly branch with our holly branch dies. So the way this works is this one cuts out the frame and inner pieces, and then this is your solid piece that you put everything on. So I think, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do, I think it's easier if we just prep the panels and then die cut instead of trying to like blend separate all the separate pieces. I think that would drive me crazy. So we are going to take a pencil, okay, and I'm going to do a pass with each color basically. So this is the sage. And it definitely doesn't need to be the best blend in the world. Because these are just going to get puzzle piece like popped in. So let's run, making sure that everything's kind of falling within the right space. Let's run that through. Nope. Come on, light. There you go. It all stayed in one piece for me, which is lovely. So I'm actually going to leave it like that for right now. I had one little spot come loose, but that was my fault. So we're going to leave that solid. Then this is like just a little too small, but this can be for the berries because they're just in the middle. And that way everything is going to color coordinate perfectly. Our little accent on the top of our vellum is going to match perfectly with our background, our foiled background. I still have my backup dog helpers here, both of them, for my raised bathroom on my dry cutting machine. Okay. Perfect. Same thing. We're going to leave that solid right now. And we're going to do one more pass through. I need another piece of cardstock. This one I'm just going to cut around it. Guess it doesn't matter, right? It does, because we can definitely fit. Because we're also going to need the smaller piece. We're going to do that out of white. So this one I'm going to do in the deck the halls. This is going to be for our frame. See what I mean about how much more forgiving the foil paper is, though? That little bit of coating it has. And I do want this pretty dark so that it contrasts really nicely with those leaves. But again, does not have to be like solid. Um, that's gonna go through. My tape doesn't want to stick to it, of course. And this one's gonna run through. We can do those at the same time. Just running them through my Big Shot right here on the side of my desk on the floor. I think for Christmas I'm going to ask for a new die cutting machine because she is on the struggle bus. That is for sure. And I think once this comes together, it's going to be like everything's going to pop into place, literally and figuratively. All right, so we have our frame, our leaves, and our berries. Let's pop this on our backing paper and get that back in sleeve before I lose it. And I store my dies by cutting a little fold on the bottom of the packaging. And it's the same way I store my stamps. I just cut off the hangy tab and then I slide them in like the opposite way basically from how I got them. And now I have easy access and can see them just sitting up there. Perfect. All right. The first step is going to be the frame. So we're going to pop out all these pieces. And you could definitely, you'd have to make or color maybe your berries on the white paper, but you could definitely make two of these and have one with a lighter frame and darker leaves, and then one the way we're doing, which is pretty cool. If you're going to take the time to do all of this twice, you really can use it all. The frame has this teeny tiny, see if you can see it. See that teeny tiny little spot right there? We're just going to use our little embellishment wand to poke that guy out. I'm going to tap this with liquid glue, but if you, I don't know how you would do this with, I guess like that, maybe like a dot runner or one of those Xyron things, sticker makers. Um, that would probably, you could probably also put this onto like a sheet of double-sided. You know, Pink and Main has those on the website too. I don't know if you know, I don't know if we've ever used it. Probably should have done that. It would have made this a lot easier. You can stick one side of your sheet to your cardstock, and then when you die cut it, it basically turns it into a sticker, and all you have to do is peel off the backing. Hindsight is 2020, but that would make it a little easier. Really, though, that's not too bad. All right, so that's our frame in place, and the liquid glue does give us a second to kind of shift around. So there's that one. And the leaves and berries will be a little more tedious time-wise, but I think we'll go together pretty quick. It is literally like a puzzle. So let's start with the one that already tried to jump out at me. Also, you have to forgive my nails. I did them this weekend and I lost my thumb polish came off today. So I have only 9 nails because of course I do. So can I just pull you out of here? That would be much easier. All right, so just like that, all of these leaves just pop right into place. And you can see how that frame, that darker frame, is really going to make those leaves pop. Girls, knock it off. Come on. You want to go lay down. My dog has gotten very comfortable now with my mother-in-law's dog. And so she wants to play all the time. My dog does. And our visitor guest dog is a little too old for playtime. She does not have the patience. So it's been an interesting last couple days as Luna's gotten more brave. Yeah, I do think, Virginia, I think if you wanted to use both versions, I do think that the dark green leaves with the light frame would still look beautiful, just because either direction, like no matter which one is which, the contrast is still there. So I think as long as that contrast is there, the which is which is less important. Because you could even, depending on what you were doing, like layer that extra frame behind it too. So let's see. Helene said, red flat back pearls as the berries. That would be very pretty. If you do not lay down, it's because I only brought in one of their beds. That's why they're having an issue. It does have a stained glass look, Gail. I would definitely agree with that. All right, for these guys, I'm going to bring back that embellishment wand. We're going to use the wax side. And these do have, they're not perfectly round. They have a little, like little divot in them that goes towards the top. So there is kind of a right and wrong way for these to sit in here. So I'm going to try to be mindful of that. I love paper piecing too, though. It just feels like a puzzle. It's very calming. It's the joke. There we go. All right. So there is our little holly branch. I am saving that lighter frame just in case. I don't think we're going to need it. Yeah, like a little notch. Exactly, Sherry. But look how adorable that is. And it matches, like we said, our background perfectly. So the way I want to kind of separate these so they don't get lost is with that vellum. So that's what we're going to do next. Get that vellum. Get those hexagon dies. And our panel is definitely going to get trimmed down. I'm just not sure, like I said, if we're doing a white background or red, right? We could have a little white mat around the outside, or it's not the exact same red. The stop sign is pretty close. So if you didn't want to ink blend, you could just cut straight from, right? Or we could do a little red frame. And then our reading's going to go like that. I kind of like the red. What do you guys think? We have a minute while I trim this down. Do you like a red frame or a white frame? You guys let me know. I'm going to trim this to 4. Red. Yeah, okay. Me too. 4 by 5 1/4. Overwhelmingly red. Perfect. I'm glad we're on the same page. Sometimes I just need backup. Oh, I should just cut that out. So, yeah, 1/4. Stand right there. I need to change the blade on my trim. I have my card base ready to go. I was prepping a couple while I was watching Sherry and Lisa and Virginia chit-chatting before we started. So just a little bit of liquid glue, and then we can shimmy that into place. And this guy is going to go like that. I'll use this bone, and my plates are not great. My die cutting plates have seen better days. So I like to wrap my vellum with a piece of just regular printer paper. So we are going to just make like a sandwich, right? So I'm going to tape this in place because I'm not going to be able to see it as we roll it through. And then this is just going to get folded right over. So we have a nice little vellum die sandwich. And that is going to keep any little paper shavings, any dirt and dog hair, anything from messing up my pristine vellum, right? Like that. And it like goes just point to point. So pretty. Oh yeah, Virginia, that's true. We could have gone in with the Catherine Pooler ink right around the edges. But there you go. If you don't have a red cardstock and you wanted to do this, you can use whatever red you used for your stencil and use that on to cover your cardstock to match. All right, so let's I'm gonna use tape runner because you guys have heard me say this before. Bali told me at our create event that you can sometimes see the beads of glue through the foil sheet. That's a little off center, but I think will be okay. Just like that. And you're still going to be able to see that like bronze color, and you get the shine from all the way around. Right, and then we put our holly and our little sentiment down here. And I like that a lot. Maybe some like, now I'm thinking, I don't think I have red pearls, but I have all of these embellishment enamel dots. Even the like clear with gold could be pretty. Let's see, do we have the red is not the right red. We don't have a red. And I have a gold, but I don't think I have like a bronze. No, that's pretty red. Maybe. I kind of like the clear ones though. I think I like the little bit of glitter in the clear one. Oh yeah, we could color it with a Copic. I kind of like the idea of just like a little hint though. I want to get my poly put down first so that I can just add glue, or I'm thinking even a little foam on the vellum. So if my sentiment is going, I don't want it to go this way, right? No, I don't. I want this to go here. So it kind of touches the edges. And that can kind of go like that. What's the best way to do this? Let's leave that there. Just gonna go with some liquid glue. Hold it at the bottom. And let that curve match that hexagon. Hey, Libby. Um, oh yeah, Helene, I have to do that with my vellum all the time. All right, and then my sentiment, I definitely want to pop with foam. Let's see, where'd you go, foam? Let's see, let's see. We're gonna pop this and kind of use the grids on here. Line that up. And now when we flip it over, everything that has white is like the perfect place to put more. Oh, so we're just going to cut little bits. And you guys know I don't love cutting little bits of foam tape, but this is turning out so cute that I will commit to the vision. For a minute there, I wasn't sure if my vision was gonna come true. You guys know we've been there. Not all of my ideas turn out the way I think they will, but this one I think I really like. And I love that the hexagon fits. I should have measured it to like see, but I love that the hexagon fits like point to point in our foilable panel. That's too far over. And that's why we never push down our foam. So we have just like a little hint of dimension there. It makes that vellum, that extra little tiny space makes the vellum stand out a little more than when it's pressed up directly against the colors. And then I am going to go in, I think, with some of those enamel dots and just kind of tuck them around. I think we'll do 5. I like an odd number. I do think I want to keep them on the vellum. We don't want to take any down onto that lower panel. Here we go. So it just gives like an extra little hint of shimmer. I like them. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. With this one, I feel like it's so much easier because everything coordinates, right? Like I feel like Michelle took the hardest part out of the equation for us. And there's got to be like a zillion ways to still even put these together. But the fact that we know going in that the die and the stencil and foil background all coordinate, to me, it just takes that little bit of hesitation out of it because, like, it would be hard for this to not look good, right? They just go together. Even if it might not have been the vision we had in the beginning, I just think they're just literally made for each other. So I love how this one turned out. I love the shine that we still catch. The little puzzle piecing is so fun. And like we said, we have that extra frame. We could have like double stacked it underneath there. That's not a style I usually do. So I completely forgot once we started. But it could be cute if that's your jam. You could put a little twine under there or something instead of the little embellishments. I've seen people do like gold thread where you like make a little swirl and like tuck it under. That's super cute. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It looks like you did. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for your patience with me and my nose. I appreciate you guys so much. We will be back on Thursday with another probably holiday card, but you never know. It could end up, oh, we lost an embellishment. I'm going to go in with liquid glue on these because they've been out of their packaging. Um, I'll do it after. My nails don't want to cooperate. You never know. It could end up being a fall card. I still have some fall ideas. I did post a card on my personal channel today using the fall leaves emboss and cut folder from Pink and Main that we did use many times last year. I absolutely love it, and I didn't get to use it yet. So I'm just saying. Michelle, we will 100% be doing the Cardinals. I don't know if it's on Thursday or Tuesday, but I promise we're going to play with them because I love them. And I'll show you the new ones matched with the previous release, like the ones we got last year. So you guys can check those out and we can see like size comparison. How can we mix and match them? So yes, that's definitely on my list. You don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I hope you guys get some rest. If you are expecting a hurricane or any of that weather, please stay safe. And Virginia, keep healing up. Oh, we have okay. Yes, Lisa. If Lisa and Michelle both want Cardinals, we will do Cardinals on Thursday. So no problem. If you want to see some fun Cardinals, come back and hang out with us on Thursday. Hopefully I am on the mend by then or have found better allergy meds by then. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. I will see you back here on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Have a good night.